Hi there guys and welcome to a Dash of Sports Premier League review. I'll be your host and presenter Dashiti Dash, and as per usual I'll be giving you the roundup and results from all the games from this past week. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also remember to check out the latest episode of the main show itself, A Dash of Sports, where I'll be talking about all things sports related, hot topics and trending stories. But in the meantime, let's get into these games. So welcome to a Dash of Sports Premier League review, game week 11, and I'm back once again with another week's worth of games to review. And man, it's been a horrible week for myself and my fellow Arsenal fans. But hey, I've got to move on and the show must continue. In fact, I'm just going to review that game from the get-go, from the off. Actually, I don't know if my heart can take going through that game once again. So I'm going to leave it to one of my pals and also resident pundit on Views TV Official, Everyone's a Pundit, the podcast, Patrick Tyrant, who'll be able to break down the North London derby between Tottenham versus Arsenal.
Jose Mourinho, Jose Mourinho. What's happening? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, you see the P. When you see the P, you know it represents T. Let's go! Come on! Tottenham 2, Arsenal 0. The game went exactly how I thought it would go. Arsenal had the ball, we let them have the ball. Even though we didn't control possession, we literally controlled the game without the ball, which is an art in itself. Defensively, we were solid. Arsenal didn't have any clear-cut chances. I think the best chance they had was the Lacazette glancing header, where, you know, he guided it towards the goal. Hugo pushed it wide for the corner. Aubameyang had a chance where he was through on goal, but Toby shepherded him down to the left-hand side. You would have saw Aubameyang in his heyday, like try and cut in and then either whack that top bins or at least try and curl it into the bottom corner. But a guy lacking in confidence, lacking in form, lacking in self-belief, he just tried to whack it first time. Toby knew exactly what time it was, whacked it out blocked it for the corner. But yeah, you can just see two teams that are miles apart in form, confidence, creativity. Yeah, and like I stated, I didn't want Arsenal to use this game as a catalyst, as a way to like try and, you know, resurge their season. Yeah, I didn't want it to be, oh yeah, even though Tottenham are first in the league, Tottenham this, Tottenham that, you guys bottled it, you know, we showed that we're still the team on the day and all this. Nah, none of that. You guys came to us, we put the game to bed early doors pretty much. And then, yeah, we just controlled the game. We pretty much said, here, take the ball, we'll sit on this lead. Give it your best, and your best wasn't good enough. Arteta, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for you guys to keep him, but if I'm being honest, that's a guy that doesn't have a plan B, doesn't really have a plan. Like my boy Kid said, it's just all vibes there. All vibes, no tactics. Partey rushing him back, that backfired massively, and now he's probably out for a while. But yeah, on the day, you can see who the better team is. You can see who's got the better players. And yeah, all my Spurs fans, enjoy the moment, cherish it. You know, there's not many times where you can say that we're first in the league. Arsenal are 15th. It's mad, but it's right, 15th. And we beat them, you know, 2-0 in the London derby, North London derby. I did say I just wanted us to put the nail in the coffin and really show who the better team is. And for me, it's happy days, man. Bragging rights, no matter, you know, where Arsenal are in the league. I always want to put the nail in the coffin if we can. We did that. They're 15th. We're still first at the moment. Happy days.
Thanks for the breakdown, Pat. As much as it pains me to go through that game once again, I do appreciate the recap. By the way, if you want to find Patrick Tyrant on his socials and also Views TV Official, I'll put all his links in the description. So that's Patrick Tyrant. I'll put his links to his socials, and I'll also put the link to Views TV Official for Everyone's a Pundit. The links will be in the description. And now moving on to Monday's games, and then I'll be working my way back through the week, starting off with Brighton versus Southampton. Brighton remain without a Premier League home win this season after Danny Ings scored the winner from the penalty spot, awarded by VAR in a 2-1 victory for Southampton. With the game at 1-1, Kyle Walker-Peters was fouled by Solly March right on the edge of the box, which was awarded as a free kick until VAR stepped in to show that the foul occurred in the area. For me personally, the decision was really harsh, like really harsh. Like if you go back and you go and look at it, just go and check it out for yourself. Like for me, it's real fine margins. Well, Danny Ings on at half-time, on his comeback from his knee injury, made no mistake from the penalty spot as the returning 2,000 home fans vented their frustration from the stands at the VAR decision. All in all, the game itself was a bit dull, although, okay, I'll give Brighton a credit. In the beginning, they started off with some decent enthusiasm, which then led to Pascal Gross scoring from the penalty spot after James Ward-Prowse was penalised for a handball. Southampton were also pretty much flat throughout the game, but in the first half, they managed to score at a vital time just before the break when Yannick Vertonghen brilliantly headed home a Ward-Prowse corner. So that made it 1-1, and then, like I mentioned earlier on, the penalty from Danny Ings, the controversial VAR penalty from Danny Ings, scored, and that made it 2-1 to Southampton. And now moving on to Sunday's round of games, starting off with West Brom versus Crystal Palace. And you know what I'm going to say, right? You know what I'm going to say. Crystal Palace, yet again, just proving my point. One week they'll give you a really good game, and then the next week they don't. Well, on this occasion, they ended up beating West Brom 5-1. Wilfried Zaha returned to inspire Crystal Palace to a 5-1 demolition of a 10-man West Brom. The star forward grabbed a brace on his comeback after recovering from coronavirus as Palace scored 5 away from home in the Premier League for the first time. Also joining in the party of goals, Christian Benteke netted twice after Darnell Furlong's own goal put the visitors ahead at the Hawthorns. Conor Gallagher levelled in the first half before Mateus Pereira's controversial first half red card allowed the Eagles to take control. Well, Crystal Palace with that emphatic win climb up to 11th position, but that has piled a load of misery for West Brom. And West Brom have only just won once this season, and they're going to be facing the next 3 games without Pereira, which is going to be difficult as it is, let alone without one of their star men. So, I don't know, man. West Brom, like I keep saying, week on week, yeah, relegation bound, definitely. And now moving on to the next game, the strugglers Sheffield United versus Leicester City as the Blades lost 2-1 to the Foxes. Jamie Vardy broke Sheffield United hearts and the corner flag with a late winner for Leicester City on Sunday. Vardy, who took delight in scoring in this fixture last season when the Foxes also won 2-1, kept his cool when he was through one-on-one and beat goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale with a confident right foot finish. The Foxes striker celebrated in style, sliding into the corner flag as it exploded into many pieces, earning himself a booking in the process. Vardy's late victory gave Brendan Rodgers' side a first victory in 5 games in all competitions and a first in 3 Premier League matches, moving them within a point of Chelsea. Well, you could pretty much say that the game was dominated by Leicester as they had most of the possession at Bramall Lane, particularly in the first half when both Vardy and James Maddison struck the same post. In between those efforts, Jose Perez marked his first Premier League start since October with an opening goal before Ollie McBurney immediately equalised with what was his first goal of the season. For Chris Wilder and Sheffield United, more misery is being piled on them week by week. They're not winning games, innit? That's 11 matches, only 1 point, and they are rock bottom. Rock bottom of the league right now, and I don't even know where they go from, you know. It's tough, it's tough. But like I keep saying, I doubt it very much that Sheffield United are going to sack Chris Wilder. He's one of their own, and maybe December time, they'll be able to pick up some points. You know, the games are coming around real quick. So if they don't get the points quick during this month, yeah, it's going to be tough for them to survive. You might as well just say they're a team with a bunch of dead men walking. And now on to the next game. Liverpool showing that they're not slowing down anytime soon. Despite all their injuries, they still managed to beat Wolves 4-0. Premier League champions Liverpool welcomed the return of fans to Anfield for the first time since March with an emphatic victory over Wolves. Mohamed Salah gave Liverpool the lead in the first half after Wolves defender and lifelong Liverpool fan Conor Cody misjudged the long ball from Jordan Henderson. Gini Wijnaldum added a second after the break when he curled home a precise shot into the right corner from a long range before Joel Matip's thumping header and Nelson Semedo's scrambled own goal completed the scoring. Now, like I said, man, the worrying thing is that Liverpool are still going strong despite their injuries. And battering Wolves, a team like Wolves, is proof enough. Although Wolves were missing their star striker Jimenez, which meant that they weren't going to be causing Liverpool any problems. Their backline was safe. It was still a very impressive win by Liverpool, 4-0 is still 4-0 regardless. And also some good news during the game. Trent Alexander-Arnold made his return as a substitute, and he was actually the one that set up the cross to cause that confusion, which meant that Semedo bundled in the goal, own goal. Mane was there, Salah was there, so he didn't know what was going on. But yo, 4-0 Liverpool as they march on, level on points with Tottenham. And like I said, this is the worrying thing. Like, Liverpool, with all of these injuries, are still level on points with Tottenham. And then moving on to Saturday's round of games, starting off with Burnley versus Everton, as Dominic Calvert-Lewin, DCL himself, with his 11th goal of the season, earned Everton their first Premier League draw with Burnley. Burnley had taken a 3rd-minute lead when Ashley Westwood pounced on Alan's error to feed Robbie Brady, who shot low for his first goal in a year. The returning Nick Pope denied Calvert-Lewin from close range before keeping out Richarlison's shot. Shortly after that, Jordan Pickford had denied Chris Wood, and then Everton equalised in the first half of stoppage time with a Richarlison cross which was converted by Calvert-Lewin. After the break, Pope tipped behind James Rodriguez's curling shot, while Woods' header was kept out by Pickford at the other end. Pope then saved well with his feet from substitute Gylfi Sigurdsson in the closing stages as both teams had to settle for a point. Now it's mad, Everton are sitting in 9th position, 9th place. And not too long ago, man, we was thinking they were going to be riding high. The team, the first 11 was looking good. James Rodriguez was galvanizing the team, he was pulling the strings. That James Rodriguez effect seems like it's run its course already. So I don't know what Ancelotti's got hidden in his box of tricks, but he's going to have to pull something out because, yo, Everton are looking like they're just sinking and sinking. And then the next game saw Man City beat Fulham 2-0 at the Etihad as De Bruyne and Sterling eased City past Fulham with 2 first-half goals. Sterling slotted City in front in 5 minutes after being played through by De Bruyne. The two also combined for City's second, with Sterling earning a penalty on the 26th minute that was converted by De Bruyne. Fulham briefly rallied as Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa headed over before Alphonse Areola made a good save from Sterling's volley. De Bruyne had 3 chances to add to his tally in the second half, with the best of which that came back off the crossbar. Fulham's Ivan Cavallero forced a good save from Edison, but City weathered the visitors' late pressure to secure a clean sheet. So a successive win for City, and that's all you can ask for. Try and get these games on a bounce. You win one, you got to win the second one. And then you push on from there. All of this winning one and then drawing or losing, you ain't going to build momentum like this. And right now, City are quiet. No one's really talking about City. And if they keep winning their games, then who knows? Maybe they might be able to claw back and mount a challenge for that league title. And now moving on to the next game, West Ham United versus Manchester United. Now I know for the longest period of time during this game, Man United fans must have been like this. Biting your nails. Manchester United came from behind for the 5th time in a row this season to beat West Ham and deny the Hammers fans a perfect return to their stadium. In front of the home support for the first time since the 29th of February, West Ham started brightly and the pressure paid off in the 38th minute. 3 minutes after Pablo Fornals struck the post, Tomáš Souček poked home Declan Rice's flick. And then the half-time introduction of Bruno Fernandes had turned the match as he passed to Paul Pogba, who struck a superb equaliser in the 65th minute. 3 minutes later, Mason Greenwood rifled Man United ahead before another half-time substitute, Marcus Rashford, sealed a 9th successive away Premier League win. It seems like Man United, are becoming the kings of the comeback, especially in the Premier League. Not so much in the Champions League. If you know, they're out of the Champions League now. They were like 3-0 down, so they were close because they came back to 3-2. But it was just a little too late. I don't know whether or not they were trying to sprinkle over that Premier League magic, but man, you can't be letting teams just go ahead all the time. And I don't know how it's been working so far in the Premier League, but they're getting the job done. But that magic is going to run out sooner rather than later. I can see it, but so far so good, and it's working for them. And they're currently sitting in 4th position with 19 points. So it's not all that bad. Yeah, they're out of the Champions League, but they're sitting in 4th position. Oli, if he keeps getting his wins, then it'll be a decent campaign, a push for another Champions League spot. And then what? You got to be patient with the guy. Oli in. And then last but not least, moving on to the late kickoff of Saturday evening, Chelsea versus Leeds, as Olivier Giroud continued his goal-scoring form from the Champions League into the Premier League as he helped Chelsea beat Leeds 3-1. Chelsea struck twice in the second half as they came from behind to beat Leeds 3-1 in front of 2,000 of their home fans. Leeds took the lead in the 4th minute when Patrick Bamford rounded Eduardo Mendy to score against his former side. Timo Werner then missed a glorious chance to equalise, but somehow firing over from point-blank range. However, Olivier Giroud made it 1-1 as he slid in at the near post to convert Reece James's cross. Chelsea then pushed for a second goal and it came in the 61st minute, Kurt Zouma rising the highest to head in a Mason Mount corner. And then to round it off, Christian Pulisic wrapped up the win from close range in stoppage time after being played in by Werner. Chelsea now currently sitting in 3rd place with 22 points, and Lampard is doing the business. He's doing the business, he's winning the games that he needs to win, and he's doing well in the Champions League as well. So you got to give him all the kudos. You got to give Chelsea all the kudos for maintaining that, you know, they're still in there. They're in the race. They're pushing silently. No one's really talking about them as title contenders. The most right now is Tottenham, Liverpool, that are getting all the plaudits and getting all the glory. But Chelsea, hey, if they carry on like this, they definitely got a chance. Definitely got a chance. And now before I end the show, let's just check out the league table to see how it stands. And now if we look at the top of the table, you see it still remains the same as last week. Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea and Leicester, who are occupying the top 4 positions. And then you got the likes of West Ham, who were riding high in 5th position and now have dropped all the way down to 8th. With Southampton now occupying that 5th position. And the biggest leaps from this week is coming from both Manchester sides. Manchester United sitting in 6th position and City sitting in 7th position. Not doing too bad. It just makes me think, like, you know what? You get these wins together. You just get these successive wins. It can push you up. That's how close the points are. So the positions looks mad. But when you think about the points, it's actually closer than you think. So the likes of Arsenal, if you can get these 6 points, just get 6 points, man. Might be able to just boost you up. Just need these next 2 games against Burnley and against Southampton, which is going to be a tough game in itself. Both games are going to be tough. All games are going to be tough for Arsenal right now. Get these successive games under your belt, then maybe there might be a change of fortune. But besides that, the bottom still remains the same. West Brom, Burnley and Sheffield United languishing right down at the bottom of the league. And it's not looking too great for them. If they remain at the bottom of the league throughout this December, you got to wave bye-bye to their Premier League status. But let me know if there's any standout moments that you enjoyed or you didn't enjoy, or if there was any games that you liked or you didn't like. For me this week, I would say it's the North London derby. It has to be the North London derby. Although my team lost, it's still a North London derby. Before the game, you get so excited, you get so amped up about it, and it's just that feeling, you know. And it was good to see the fans. Although it was only Spurs fans, it was good to see the fans back into the stadium. So that was another highlight as well. Apart from that, there was a few games, but I would say the most that I enjoyed this, well, I didn't really enjoy it because we lost. But to say the North London derby was the highlight of my week. Anyway, let me know how you felt about game week 11. Did your team win, lose or draw? And how well are they doing so far this season? Put your comments down below and let me know. And also don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. And if you need further information about future episodes or just your day-to-day sporting updates, hey, come and check me out on Instagram, and I'm also on Twitter, which is @sports. I'll put it down below here at @sports, and I'll also leave it in my description. And don't forget to check out the latest episode of the main show itself, @sports, which is currently on episode 34. I'll put the link in the description so that you're not going to be able to miss out on that. And also remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the shows. And please don't forget, once again, to like, comment and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment and help me get these subs up. I truly appreciate your help. And until the next time here on @sports Premier League review, peace.